let's rewind for a second back to the tyrosine, yohimbine, and the quote unquote cheesing effect. I've read about it over the years, and when I first came across it, I thought, what in the hell is cheesing? So for the consumers out there that may not understand it, can you explain maybe why it's called the cheesing effect, if you even have any idea why? And what could it be? Why was it? What could be any potential mechanisms of why the combination of tyrosine and alpha yohimbine doesn't appear to give you those anxious feelings or that edgy feeling that tyrosine and yohimbine hydrochloride does?
So, I haven't even read about this in like 5 plus years. So I'll give my best, like what I remember the most. But basically, the cheesing effect comes down to, I believe, cheese containing a high amount of N-methyltyramine. I might be incorrect.
Yeah, it is. That's correct.
And then, yeah, and then once somebody, and I don't know what the syndrome this person would need to have, but a person would need to have basically a syndrome where they're not able to readily remove noradrenaline from the bloodstream, essentially. And so they eat too much cheese. Noradrenaline spikes through the roof, and you get this very anxious, heart palpitations, the whole nine, which is why it's called the cheesing effect, because generally it came from cheese. Why alpha yohimbine doesn't have that same effect that something like a yohimbine HCl would, um, I couldn't give an exact answer. Maybe its MAO inhibiting effects are a little bit less than Yohimbine HCl.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's other constituents found within Raphia vomitoria that are aiding in a different overall effect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when we tested it, we never got any negative effects using alpha yohimbine and tyrosine, but there was some synergism there that actually made the stimulant feeling feel a little bit stronger.
Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Do
That
you
was
kn-
something I didn't
do you
even
know
realize.
Did you know or do you know the syndrome that leads to the cheesing effect? Because now I want to now I want to remember.
No, I don't off the top of my head. I could try and look it up real quick. Uh,
Oh, I turned my phone off. Yeah, no, I'll look it up when we get off. I'm just generally curious. But yeah, I mean, I know that's why it was called that, is because it was happening from people that were consuming too much cheese, but I don't know the exact.
it says an acute, it's called the cheese effect, an acute attack of hypertension that can cause a person taking a MAO inhibitor who eats cheese
Yeah.
caused by the interaction of MAOI with tyramine formed in ripe cheese when bacteria provide an enzyme that reacts with the amino acid tyrosine in the cheese, also called the cheese reaction.
Yeah. So okay. So it's not a like an ailment. It's if you're taking an MAO inhibitor. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That makes okay.
Yeah, so
That yeah.
definitely
That's
don't
good.
stack hordenine, tyrosine, and yohimbine together.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, like I said, for whatever reason, the alpha yohimbine just doesn't seem to have that effect. So maybe, like I, said previously, maybe its MAO inhibiting effects aren't as strong as a yohimbine HCl,
Yeah,
but it's always been beneficial in terms of synergism, not a detriment. So.
gotcha.